What is going on, everybody? 7ethco here, and today we are playing The Letter. Basically this is a brand new horror. Actually, I don't know if it's brand new, but it's a horror visual novel. And I hope that my audio quality is good. Got a brand new expensive microphone. And also there's gonna be a lot of reading in this game. I'm just gonna put the volume down because I can't even hear myself. So yeah, I haven't touched this game at all. As you can see, continue, blah blah blah. Everything's locked. 7 chapters. So I've been told that this game is extremely long, but whatever. Holy fuck! That scared the absolute shit out of me, and that was the menu. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hand of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it all began. Sorry. Surrounding villages spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the night, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. By the way, sorry there's no face cam. I'm going to try and do face cam in the next parts. I couldn't do face cam in this video because I currently don't have a SD card adapter. My laptop is at the shop. Not at the shop, I had to send it back to Dell because it's getting fixed. Alright. Surrounding villages spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls, blah, blah, blah. I already read that. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse, still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Really? Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Good luck, Isabella.
Hello? Isabella?
I didn't click
Are you
anything.
there? Where are you?
This is Rose calling. A familiar, jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose. I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Calm down.
Rose.
You know I take my promises seriously.
Chill out.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
What did I just do? Oh, middle mouse button gets rid of, like, the heads up display or whatever.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this.
Doesn't everybody?
It really takes my breath away.
Take my breath away. Backlog. If you scroll, you go to the backlog. Alright, so you can just reread stuff.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all.
That's what you think.
And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're
Whatever you
nothing
say.
but spirits.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
And right-clicking saves the game. Cool. Good to
No
know.
offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
Another one? Has it happened before?
That was one time, Isabella.
It-
Loosen up.
What? You found a body in a sofa, whatever the hell you said? Mattress? What the fuck?
Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She's cheery. She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who was that?
Who the hell is this? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca giving me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
It's just Rose.
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started?
Oh, that's cool. They got a little mouth animation when they're talking. It's cool.
You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Oh, wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As soon as those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle. Wasn't that funny, but...
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character.
You know what, Becca? Back off, alright?
I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Well, Bella is strong.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it.
A huge amount of cash right now. I think everyone could use that.
Plus, listen to this.
Except rich
Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
Or she could work like a normal person.
Or Ashton.
Who the fuck is Ashton?
We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca,
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
How have you noticed that? Are they roommates or something? She looks like she's like a kid. Except with those tits. She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly raised as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers. Okay, so she's not a teenager, I guess.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
You know what? Fuck
You'll
off.
definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Ooh, we got a choice. Here we go again. I eat other things too. You're not my mom. I feel like I should say this. I press my lips together and roll my eyes at her. Ooh, I got an achievement unlocked. This or that. Let's see the relationship. So, ooh, is that... Did it go down? I think it went down. Who's... Isabella, that's us. Hannah, Zachary, Marianne, Rebecca, Ashton, and Luke. Cool. I press my lips together and roll my eyes at her. I'm not entirely sure how I should feel whether she goes on her mother hen mode. She means well. I'm glad someone's looking out for me, especially with my family living on the other side of the globe, but Becca's bossy attitude can be such a pain at times. She's more overbearing than Mama, and that already says a lot.
you're not my mom.
I didn't say I am.
Nope, but you're acting like one. You don't need to boss me around all the time.
That's right, Becca. She gives me a completely unimpressed look. I don't care. Immediately, I braced myself for another round of reprimands from her.
I'm not bossing you around. I'm just telling you to at least mind what you're eating. Remember what happened last year? You ended up bedridden for 2 weeks after eating something bad, and I ended up having to listen to you cry about how those absences would take a huge chunk out of your paycheck. Do you want that to happen again?
No,
Oh
Mom.
shit, sorry, I cut her off. Only a loud, frustrating sigh comes from her while she pinches the bridge of her nose, likely to help ease a headache starting to form. I bite my lip to keep myself from laughing out loud at the image she makes, expecting her to say more. But when, at last, she looks up, she's simply carrying a resigned expression on her face. Fuck, I can't read tonight.
I'm serious.
Not my mom, Rebecca.
Maria Isabella Grace.
Yeah, only a mum calls someone by their, full name. I shut my mouth after that. Although I know she's not really angry, I don't want to push it. An angry Becca isn't someone I'd like to cross paths with in my lifetime. What, you're scared of her? I've seen it happen, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I'll stop.
I grumble, but she doesn't seem to care much, only give me a small, acknowledging nod. You see the way she nodded? She, freaking, bent over.
Good. Look, if you need anything, tell me, and I'll help in any way I can.
Kia.
You don't have to do this alone.
Kia.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I'll never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse, just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. Who cares? She's a bitch. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me, or a real mum. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements when she takes a quick glance at something behind me snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute.
Oh, so she's a teacher.
We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
Oh, instant noodles, huh?
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the papers of a rather thick history book. She doesn't look like she's smiling. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Now she sounds sick, just all of a sudden.
I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
Drink some medicine. It's called Panadol, sweetheart. You don't drink it unless you're 5. I leave her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now, something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
But you're the one that was talking to us before and holding us up.
I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There is no stopping her once she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she'd left earlier. Is she 5? Who takes medicine like that anymore? She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Fuck off.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. Short? It wasn't short. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. Oh, this is nice. Look at those birds. Ooh. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. I just want to see what this new is. Journal. Profiles. Oh, we got a profile. We got everyone else's profile, but we can't see. Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos. Birth date May 28th, 26 years old. She's a Gemini. Height 5'2", 158 centimeters. She's a real estate agent or estate agent. She's Filipino, Roman Catholic, fine arts undergraduate. She likes cinnamon rolls, dogs, food, police, procedural dramas, and teleseries, comedies, and karaoke. She's a third child among 7, daughter of a laundrywoman and a jeepney driver. What? I can't really read that properly. She went to a public school and was an average student, but took to art easily. Eventually, she pursued a degree in fine arts, as encouraged by her father. However, when the man was diagnosed with a terminal illness, she had to stop studying to make money. It was Isabella's aunt who helped her get work overseas in order to earn more money than any local job could get her. Rose Cooper became her mentor as soon as she started as an agent at BRC. It's been 5 years since she met her neighbor Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving her first sale at Devlin Court, and later Zachary through him. Cool. So where are we? Are we in America or like the UK? Because there were two. Well, Rebecca has an American accent. She's Filipino. I don't know. I guess we'll see. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Oh my god. This is like elevatormusic.mp3. Apparently, everyone in Luxbourne City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way the first time I commuted there, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through reading the paper, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, nearly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose anyway.
Rose?
Oh, it's Ash. Why does it feel like he's like straight out of like Naruto or some shit?
Guess again.
That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
What are we doing later this evening?
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
Silly Zach.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Can I just say, every time I see the word Ermengarde, I think of that Ermengarde meme, whatever. From like years ago.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
That sounded like text-to-speech, just like the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village. I'm on my way there right now, actually. Like,
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
well, fuck you, Scaredy Cat. What a bullshit name.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles, and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it. Oh god, this phone doesn't have a front-facing camera. However, will Isabella take selfies?
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid Ash hole. Always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's tough. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. I'm sorry, it's a burp. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. It's actually pretty fucking loud, Isabella. It's not quiet at all. That wind is annoying as shit. While Anselin Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
You planning to go inside that place, Missy?
The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him with a fare, with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace. And I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, actually.
No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
Yeah, a mansion. They just didn't like it.
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. I'm so itchy. Sorry, it's winter. Skin gets itchy when it's winter. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission, one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it. However, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. What? Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. This is nice. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook and cranny. Nook, cranny, and crevice, and made it spick and span. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what people had to say. To what people have been telling them and leave this place alone. I keep, reading on. That's not the actual words. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
I call out. I cut off her echo.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I search for my phone and dial a number. Did you hear that voice crack? But...
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
What? What do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited away. Right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized.
Yeah, we get it. But to no avail. Oh boy, I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out.
I've got a scared little graphic in the bottom left.
Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. The place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Oh my god, that is like default like royalty free sound effect. Holy shit. I hear it in so many free crappy indie games. Taking a couple steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you?
I didn't see anything move. I thought...
Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh?
Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord? Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion.
It's not gonna be her.
Where the hell are you?
I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her. Sorry, I forgot to read the last line.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
I'm attic.
What? The attic? Why?
The hell? Crap, it got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? No, you have to get out of the frickin' house. With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all the places, she just has to go make me fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. No, you won't. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate, instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange, abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. It branches out to the two major wings of the mansion, the east and west wing. There are two attics here, one on each side, but the east one has been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. Okay. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Stone? What? Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there's no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh. They did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. It looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. When were you last here? Like in this room? Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness is the least... Isn't it cleansing? I don't know. Is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call from Rose was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Shut up, brain, you're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? Jesus Christ. What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea, right from the very start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. God. Me and my outlandish, backward country beliefs. Your friends are assholes. That's all I'm going to say. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time. No. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room, just to check.
Huh? What's this?
My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss her when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. I don't see anything. Looks like
A letter?
a letter. Lying on the ground just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Ooh, that's cool. I don't recall seeing this last time I was here. A few days back, and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left this in the room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough. I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. But with great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What?
Oh my god,
What?
horror sound on
Oh
MP3.
my god.
Achievement unlocked, pass it on. Nothing but the words help me fills this page, all of it seemingly written with a crimson shaded pen. All blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until... What?
Send this to 5 people or else.
Is this like a IRL chain letter?
Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on the second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. What? A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Lord, please help me. Close that. That's not going to do anything. Be brave and look up. I need to face it. Ooh, story updated. Whatever those feet belong to, I need to face it. And if I'm going to die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upwards. Jesus Christ. No.
Please, don't hurt me.
Damn, that's pretty creepy. Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. I struggle to open, but it won't budge.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord, make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Oh shit. Oh shit, there's no vent. I got 2 achievements, Grasp the Nettle and Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Yes. The door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me and my shoe slips. My shoe slips and I find myself falling until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious.
No. Go away.
The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to ruse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on, can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. You're not in your bed. A hand lightly taps my cheek, and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabella? Isabella? Stop. Can you hear me? Isabella?
The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed. If the light ache in the area indicates anything...
All right, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st?
I never know the date.
Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12, no, that's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checked if your injury is in any way serious.
Who are you? This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her, what with the way she towers over us. And here I thought Rose was already tall. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primely dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit, an expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eye them both warily, but recite everything as she has asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you alright?
Exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
That's true. Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's a saleswoman smile, the same one she told me back when I was still her trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients, or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. You don't want to lose this mansion, Bella. You do not want to lose this mansion and that large wad of cash. Her eyes are serious when she turns back on me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and as much patience she can muster. Should accidentally bump my microphone filter.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call.
That's where you were.
Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel
Shut
fine?
up, lady.
We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railings to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
Yep, A-okay. The two of them exchange a worried glance and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation if she says no.
All right, you in.
A smile threatens to slip out from me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Alright.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Rose. Jeez.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary, negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At a lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Miss
McCulloch.
Miss
Marianne
McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch. So she's Marianne, so we actually play her, I think. One of the chapters. Cool. She hands Rose her business card. Marianne McCulloch. Trailer Rose Designs. Interior designer. McCulloch@xmail.com. The words interior designer catch my eye before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
Excuse me, Rose, it's Miss McCulloch. I think you missed that part.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. Why are you so pissed? I'm a estate agent, apparently. I have the right to ask these questions. I think I just missed something crap. Ugh. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly wait, I can do this actually. Backlog. I should have kept my mouth shut, that's what she said. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Oh, Hannah Wright is another character we play as, I think. But when you go in the journal, it comes up with different things. Actually, no, if you press... Where was it? Relationships. You can... Yeah, see? This is Isabella's relationship. So I assume chapter 2 is Hannah, then it's Zachary, Marianne, Rebecca, Ashton, Luke. So we know all these characters. We haven't met them all, but we've heard about them. We don't know who Luke is. Yeah.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Oh my god.
It is, but
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We'll check with our supervisor, or I don't know. Is there a way to see, like, branching tree? Here we go. This feature shows the outline of your current chapter and has content that, yeah, whatever. Because you can't actually, see. Okay, so we've started here. How long is this, by the way? Holy shit. What? Are these all the different choices? Jesus. Imagine this. Look at this clusterfuck. Yeah, see, chapter 2. Okay, cool. So that's how it is. Alright, so this is either going to go here or here, but it's both going to lead to the same path. I guess it's going to affect maybe a relationship or something. Those few... Yeah, see? Wait. It went up with Marianne, so that's where it was at, and that's where it went up. I think that's how it works. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
Why is our... Wait, what? Our relationship with Marianne is higher than Ashton, our apparently very close friend. It's the same as Becca. Someone we just met we have a higher relationship with than someone we've known for a long time. And Zachary as well, which is apparently a close friend. What the hell?
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learnt a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
You shouldn't stutter when you're trying to keep a professional conversation going. It just shows lack of professional conversation. I don't know what I'm fucking saying. She nods. She bows, seemingly in deep thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
Yeah, go ahead. No one's here from you anyway.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
No worries. With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxborn officers and check even if she didn't ask for it. I'll be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCulloch returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
Yeah, no worries.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
I thought people were already there, because she said before when we got out of the taxi that people were staying kind of like away from it. I don't know.
And Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Okay, yeah, I'm your fucking pet. Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear! Boof! Fucking Houdini. The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep my company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hold up. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me dig into my palm. Its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer close to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. What the? A flock of people already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. Just because I don't want this video to be too long. Plus, it's the first part. People might get a little bored in the first part if it's too long. Might kind of like steer away from it. I'm gonna try upload this every single day. It's a very, very long game, so I'm not sure how many parts. This is probably might even be the shortest part. But it's very late right now, and I should not be talking this loud. I live in an apartment. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!